Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to share with you my 26-week pregnancy update. The last few updates that I've done, I have been combining some of the weeks because sometimes I feel like I just don't have enough to update on when I'm doing it every week. But this week I decided that I wanted to film a 26-week update all by itself because I kind of wanted to make this one into like a second trimester like pregnancy recap. I know that some people think that 27 weeks is the start of your third trimester, and then some people think that 28 weeks is the start of your third trimester. I'm going to classify 27 weeks as like my third trimester because once I hit 27 weeks I will only have 12 weeks left because of my C-section date. So I personally am just going to go with the 27 weeks. I know, like I said, some people think it's 28. When you Google it, some things tell you 27 and some tell you 28. I found a chart on Pinterest. I will put it right here, but it says that when you hit 27 weeks you are technically 7 months pregnant, and that is when you're starting your third trimester. So I am just going to go off of that. And excuse my hair being up again in yet another video and just a t-shirt on. I have been so tired. I will get into that when I talk about my symptoms, but I just don't have the energy to get ready. I'm lucky that I got makeup on today because that is just how I've been feeling these last few days. As of today, I am 26 weeks and 5 days pregnant, so that is just crazy. I normally film these at the beginning of the week and I'm filming it towards the end of the week, but I just, like I said, haven't had the energy to like sit down and pull out the camera, and we've just been having some busy couple of weeks. I know I always say that, but recently we've just been really busy with it being summer and doing activities for the kids. And right now my kids are in vacation Bible school in the town where my mom lives, so we're just going back and forth and we've just kind of been all over the place. So I finally found time to just sit down and film, but that is why I'm not fully done because I just didn't have the energy. According to the pregnancy app that I'm using, baby is 14 inches long and over 2 pounds. Like, mind-blowing that he's gained that much weight in the last few weeks, because in the beginning they don't start putting on weight very fast, but towards the end, like your third trimester, they start gaining weight pretty fast. So he is over 2 pounds and I can definitely feel it. My weight has gone up the last week. I went from being 139 to 141. So I did gain about 2 pounds in the last week and a half. And I feel it, guys. I know it's only 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds that I've gained, but I feel it. I just feel so much bigger. I feel like my face is starting to get fuller. I feel like my arms are just starting to like get bigger, and my thighs and like my hips, they're starting to fill out. So I have been having so much fun trying to find bottoms that fit me. Like I said in my last video, I did pick up a new pair of shorts. So now I have like 2 pairs of shorts that I am 100% living in that are not maternity. I told my husband, do I look like I'm wearing pajamas? Because they're not pajama pants, but I feel like when I just have a t-shirt on, like I would just be lounging at home. But he's like, you know what, you're pregnant, you're fine. We're not really going places when I'm wearing them that I need to dress nice anyways. So yeah, long story short, I feel like I had gained 1 billion pounds. So as of now, I have gained 20 pounds. I don't remember if I said I started off at 21 or 22. I'd have to go back. So I've either gained 19 or 20 pounds this far in the pregnancy. So I'm feeling okay with that, kind of. At this point, I'm starting not to care, only because I feel like a lot of that might be water weight. Haven't been overeating or like eating too much of unhealthy things. I feel like my diet has been, you know, okay. I have been drinking a lot of water and basically living off of ice. So I feel like I'm putting a lot of water into my body, and maybe my body's just retaining it because I feel like swollen in my hands. Like I can just like touch my fingers together and I can just feel swollen. My feet haven't gotten to that point where they feel swollen yet. Sometimes they do, but not like all the time. But my hands, they just kind of feel swollen like every day, all the time. What I'm going to do is go over my symptoms for this week, and then I'll kind of do a recap of my second trimester overall. Symptoms for this week, like I said, I have been swollen. My nerve that goes down my back, like my sciatic nerve, is still giving me trouble. It has been better the last like 3 or 4 days because we did get a new bed. We got a different size bed. We got a king, so that makes a lot of a difference. And we got a Serta Motion, I think that's what it's called. It's one of those memory foam ones. It's not a box spring, and that's what we had before. We had the mattress with the springs in it, and it is just so comfortable. I basically never want to get out of bed. My husband has been making fun of me, but this bed is one of those ones that like inclines with the little remote, and that has helped so much with my heartburn because I've just been propping myself up pretty high at night because my heartburn has just been getting so bad. It's gotten worse over the last week. I think in my last update I said it wasn't that bad, it was totally bearable, but there have been some nights where I just haven't even been able to go to sleep because my heartburn's been so bad, and I wake up in the next morning and it's still there. Like, I have heartburn throughout the day no matter what I'm eating. Those are the two main symptoms that I've had over the last week, is just being really swollen and having a lot of heartburn. Baby still doesn't have a name. I think we have narrowed it down, but I don't want to come on here and say what his name is because I don't want to have to come back on here and say that we changed it. The name that we are almost for sure on is one that my husband picked out from the very beginning, and we kind of keep that name and then we go with another name and then we go back to that name and then we go to a different name. So I think because we keep going back to it, it's probably going to be the name we choose, but I am not 100% sure yet, so I don't want to say it. But he has been moving like crazy. I think I mentioned that also in my last update, but he's just moving a lot. I feel him like up high sometimes, and I feel him down low sometimes. I feel him all over the place. And I know I have said that I carry really low normally, but with boys I just tend to carry extra low, and I can tell that he is so low because he's hitting like my hip bones. When I'm sitting down, I don't really notice it as much because when you're sitting, everything's kind of being compressed. But when I'm up and about walking around or doing the dishes or doing laundry, I can feel him like on my bones, like in my hip, like in my pelvis. So I know he's definitely really low. He might be head down. I don't know that for sure, but I have been able to feel like either his head or his back like really, really low on my left side, and it's kind of like every day I feel him down there. So I think he's nestled down into my pelvis and he's found a comfortable position, and I think I feel his like feet kind of kicking me up high, if I could talk. I think I'm feeling like his arms and his elbows down low. So he has been moving a lot. He is super duper active in there, and I feel like I'm really starting to feel his pattern more and more. He's basically sleeping throughout the night. When I'm sleeping, I can get up and go to the bathroom and I don't feel him at all, and it takes me a long time to go back to sleep when I do get up at night, and I never really feel him during the night. I feel him first thing in the morning and then, you know, throughout the day in a pattern. So hopefully, crossing my fingers, hopefully he will be a good sleeper like his pattern has been, because with Reagan, she was up all night. Like, when I got up to go to the bathroom, I would feel her moving around, and to this day she still does not like to sleep. She gets up multiple times during the night. So I'm crossing my fingers that we get lucky with this baby and that he likes to be a good sleeper because as of right now, between getting up to go to the bathroom or not being able to get comfortable, and between Reagan waking up a lot during the night, I'm just not getting any sleep. So that leads me into my next thing, is I have just been really exhausted lately, and I think it's partially because I'm like heading into my third trimester, and you know, during your first trimester you're sick and you're tired all the time, and during your second trimester is when you get this burst of energy. And I did go through weeks where I had a lot of energy. We got a lot of stuff done around the house. I rearranged our room, I rearranged the kids' room, we rearranged the living room because I was just in that nesting phase. So I did go through a lot of weeks where I had a lot of energy, but that energy is starting to go away. Each week I'm just more and more tired, and because I'm not sleeping at all at night, basically at all. I'm just really tired throughout the day. Like, I have a hard time getting up in the morning. I just want to nap all the time, and when you have 3 kids, you can't really do that. So I've just been laying on the couch a lot, or bringing the kids into my room and just relaxing. I don't really get to take a nap, but I'm just relaxing, so I'm not having to like put energy into anything, because I've just been tired and it's been hot here. So I don't know. I don't know if that's just me being lazy, or if it is the 3rd trimester kind of starting that downhill slope, but I'm just tired all the time. Most nights I'm not even going to bed till 1 or 2 in the morning, because I just can't get comfortable. I can't go to sleep. I just am not tired at that time at night. I know that sounds really weird, but yeah. And then I'm up multiple times from that point of when I go to sleep until like 8 o'clock in the morning, because that's normally when the kids wake up. So I don't know. I'm hoping that I can get through the rest of this pregnancy and not feel like a zombie. I do take iron pills, and I've taken them with all of my pregnancies, and I've just always been anemic, and I just crave ice, and I know it's super not good for your teeth. And normally when I'm not pregnant, I can't eat ice. Like, it hurts my teeth get really cold, but when I'm pregnant, I just don't even feel it at all, and I have been basically living off of ice. So every day I ask my husband to bring me home ice, like from the gas station, because our ice here at home isn't very good. It kind of has a weird like chemical taste to it because of our water system. So basically I'm going to the gas station multiple times a day to like refill my ice cup, and the girls in there just laugh at me because all I'm getting is ice. So that has been one thing that I have been craving, along with chocolate. I think I might have mentioned that in my last update, but I've just been craving chocolate, and I don't have it every day, but probably every other day or every couple days I'll go get like a Reese's. I've been really enjoying those Reese's peanut butter cups that have the little chocolate chip things inside of it. Those have been really good, or just some ice cream with some like of that hard shell like chocolate that goes on top. I've just wanted chocolate in my life, and I don't normally like chocolate, but this pregnancy, it just seems really good to me. I think that is it to update on for my 26th week of pregnancy. So next week I will officially be in my 3rd trimester, so I thought we could just go back and kind of recap everything that has happened during my 2nd trimester. With this pregnancy, there have been a lot of things that have been the same with some of my other pregnancies, but then there have been things that have been different. One of the main differences this time around is that I had to be in the hospital because of the bleeding that I was having. I've never had bleeding in any of my pregnancies. I think with my 1st pregnancy, I spotted a little bit around 8 weeks, or maybe it was like 7 weeks, but it wasn't anything bad. It was just a little bit of blood. It wasn't anything to like really be concerned about. But this time around, it was a lot of blood, and it was just really scary. So that has been one of the main differences this time around. But as for weight gain, I've kind of been consistent with some of my other pregnancies. I think my last pregnancy I gained a total of 30 pounds. So I am a little bit like higher on the scale right now than I was during my last pregnancy, but not more than I was with my 2nd, because with my 2nd, by this point, I had already gained 30 pounds. So I'm kind of averaging out for myself. When you go to the doctor and they have that little chart that starts out and they want you to be within like a certain range, I'm a little bit higher some weeks, and then some weeks I'm like right at the top of where they want me to be. It's nothing obviously for them to be concerned about, where they need to like put me on watch, but they just like you to gain as little weight as possible. I mean, I'm sure every doctor's like that, but mine is really concerned about that. So maybe they're monitoring me more because they know I have had a pregnancy where I have gained a lot of weight. I have no idea. That is where I'm at so far. I will say that I have averaged exactly 20 pounds in the 1st and 2nd trimester. Another thing that I have kind of battled with during the whole entire 2nd trimester is heartburn and restless leg syndrome. That's something I've just kind of been battling with, that I'm probably going to continue to battle with in my 3rd trimester, but it's something that has stuck with me since basically the beginning of my 2nd trimester. So that is a very normal pregnancy pregnancy symptoms. Those are normal, and I've had them in all of my pregnancies. So again, it's nothing to like be alarmed about, but that is something that I have also experienced. Overall, this second trimester has been harder for me than any of my past pregnancies, and like I said, it's probably because I had to be, you know, on bed rest and be watched and be in the hospital for my bleeding, and just stress that has come along with that has kind of put like a damper on this pregnancy. For most people, the second trimester is like smooth sailing. Like you're kind of at this incline in the beginning of your pregnancy. It's like an uphill battle. You're sick and you're tired and your body's changing a lot, and then during your second trimester you kind of plateau out and it's like all good and calm. And then during the third trimester it's still hard, but it's like you're in that downward slope. This second trimester for me has not been easy. It's kind of like I've just kind of been continuing up. I haven't hit that like plateau because I was sick and so tired and so sick during my first trimester, and then right when I started to feel like myself again, I started having like issues with bleeding and things like that. So for me, this second trimester has not been the funnest of trimesters, but I am just looking forward to being in my third trimester, getting to that point where I can start counting down weeks and getting into those single digit weeks. I have one of those countdown apps on my phone, and when I hit 100 days, like that was a big deal for me because I could finally start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I know from here it's just going to be like a snowball and start going faster and faster. So I'm just excited for the end. I have said this in a few videos, but I will say it again. I am not the best pregnancy person. I don't like being pregnant. I love feeling my baby kick and, you know, knowing that I am making another human being, but I am just not a good pregnancy person. I hate being pregnant. If I was never pregnant again, which I'm obviously never going to be pregnant again, but with each pregnancy I say, if I was never pregnant again, I would be fine. Just hand me a baby. Like, just give me a newborn baby. I will take all the sleepless nights. I will take all of the breastfeeding and being attached to the baby for, you know, a year plus. But being pregnant for me is really, really hard. I am just excited that we are, you know, near the end, that I can finally count down these weeks because I'm just ready to have this baby. And I know that I seem really early to say like I'm just ready to have this baby, but it's just not been the best experience, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I just want to share with you guys that not everybody has like super easy pregnancies. I know with my first, that was the easiest pregnancy I've ever had, and I don't know if it's because every pregnancy is different. Every pregnancy that you have where you already have kids gets harder, or maybe the fact that my kids are in school, that just makes it even harder now. But I have just been having a rough time, so I'm just excited for the end. I think that's everything I have to update on. I will show you guys my belly and do a measurement, and I'll be right back. I'm not wearing a maternity shirt. It's just a shirt from H&M. It's like a medium. I'm normally a small, so I just kind of sized up in it, but it's really comfortable because it's not like tight and restricting, but that's why it's not the most flattering. But this is what the belly looks like with the shirt on. I feel just more rounded out right here. I don't feel like it's that much difference in the last week. Here is from one side and from the other side. For the belly, I am measuring right at 37, maybe just a little bit over 37. So I think last week I was at 36.5. So I've grown about half an inch in the last week. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you have missed any of my past updates, I will link them above as well as in the description box below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!